Cretin-Derham Hall is the lucky spot where Keystone Productions is proud to present high school girls basketball. Tonight's game is a non-conference rivalry that could indicate how these two teams will perform in the season, with the St. Paul Central Minutemen from the St. Paul City Conference and the Cretin-Derham Hall Raiders from the Suburban East Conference. This fierce rivalry will be renewed momentarily. Greetings, everyone. I'm Mike Peden, joined by the newly minted assistant coach for Humboldt, Broderick. Broderick, it's good to have you back.
Thank you, Mike.
Broderick, we've got Central looking to start a new winning streak after having it snapped by Centennial, and Cretin-Derham Hall playing their first game in over a week. What developments will we see from both schools tonight?
Wow, Mike. It's the tale of three seasons. You have the non-conference, the conference, and then, of course, postseason play. All this is right now is just a measuring up and see who can do what for the second season. Although this is exciting because these two teams just flat out don't like each other.
All right, let's go to Central. Despite their win streak going up in smoke, they bounced back with a win against the Academy of Holy Angels and have won 35 out of their last 36 games. However, they're only averaging 65 points a game in the early going. Who needs to step up and how will it be done?
Well, nonetheless, that's a good win for Central. I mean, to bounce back after that, it just tells me that Willie Taylor's getting some things together, seeing who can be what. Their second-year player, Taylor, needs to step up and be a player. They have yet, I believe, they haven't found a quarterback yet. The coach on the floor, that person happens to be at Marquette. And once they get that going on, he might have to do that by committee. Once he gets that going on, everything will be fine. He has things in place. He has the center, the power forward, and the shooter. We just need somebody to bring it in, bring it all together.
Cretin-Derham Hall is also looking for a new identity after losing their top player last year, Alyssa Carroll, to graduation. She, of course, is now a Wisconsin Badger. After getting dominated by Hopkins, what does Amy Bellis, head coach of the Raiders, have to communicate her team with Big Red waiting for them?
Well, that's just it. You have to find someone to take Alyssa Carroll's place. Let's remember, she was one of the leaders in rebounding last year, assists, steals. She did everything. She even brought them lunch, for crying out loud. So you have to now find somebody to go ahead and step up and do those certain spots. I was looking at the statistics, and I was happy to see that, for instance, the Harris kid from last year we were always talking about has stepped up and has 10 rebounds already for the year. We still need to find that point guard. We know that they have their shooter back from last year. We just need to see what kind. She's probably trying to find some roles and get that going.
All right, let's take a look at the keys to the game. We'll start with the visiting St. Paul Central Minutemen. First, they need to keep Cretin off the free throw line. Central, if they get in foul trouble early, it could allow Cretin to come back from free throws, which are, you and I well know, very easy way to come back from a huge deficit. Second, they have to guard the three-point shooters, Molly Geske and Carolyn Deanhart. Those two, if you leave them over behind the arc, can just kill an opponent. They have to make sure they can't get too many open threes. Finally, they need to emphasize good ball movement. Good ball movement will set up a lot of offensive drives and nullify any offensive attack that Cretin-Derham Hall could throw at their face. Broderick, what does Cretin-Derham Hall have to do?
Well, you know, this is not only both teams now. You mentioned everything, which is right on the money, by the way. I'm impressed. I think that what both teams need to do now with the 18-minute halves is see who can. They're trying to find out who's going to be what in the last 4 minutes of each half. We're finding out as we went through our games last year, they tend to peter out that last 4 minutes. So basically, both teams need to find that 6th and 7th player to help along with the 5 that they're trying to develop.
Both teams looking to show the crowd they have what it takes to go all the way this season. Who will make a move? You're about to see.
Absolutely.
Once again, we welcome you to Cretin-Derham Hall High School at one of the most fabulous gyms you'll find in the Twin Cities. With a big rivalry. Now, a few other things to look for in this game today, not necessarily keys to the game, but things to keep an eye on. The rim is not your friend. You and I have been here before covering Cretin games in the past, and you know how tough these rims are. And then another matchup, the full court press versus the diamond trap. Central strength is the full court press, and we've seen that within the last couple of years. Cretin likes to counter with their diamond trap, which has forced a lot of turnovers in previous matchups. And finally, the big matchup, Georgie Jones versus Kendra Harris. When those two are on the court together, Harris and Jones almost cancel each other out, but when one of them are on by themselves, things get quite interesting.
Absolutely. If you remember last year, Kendra Harris did a good job of knocking Georgie Jones' arms down. I always nicknamed Georgie Jones the Anaconda because her arms could just fill just about the lane.
And with that, we will now take a look at the starting lineups. We will begin with the St. Paul Central Minutemen. Their starting five will be Kiana Johnson at guard, Theairra Taylor at guard, Kiara Buford at forward, Georgie Jones at center, and Megan Howard at center. Georgie Jones, again, the player to watch tonight for St. Paul Central. For Cretin-Derham Hall, their starters will be Mary Kenny, Sarah Hendricks, Carolyn Dienhart, Molly Geske, and Kendra Harris. And the thing that both these teams have, they have a lot of players that can beat you.
Absolutely. I'm curious to see what, my lunchbox person, Megan Howard's going to do tonight. Megan's the person that dives on the floor and runs the court and gets the tough rebounds, and I wonder who Cretin has to negate her a little bit.
And elaborating a little more on that Jones-Harris matchup, which some people, if this were a boxing match, it might be dubbed the Anaconda versus the Space Eater. Georgie Jones right now averaging over 10 rebounds a game, and Kendra Harris has averaging 5.5 rebounds a game. The statistics are a little misleading though because Central has played one more game than Cretin has. Central at 2-1 overall. Cretin-Derham Hall 1-1 overall. Ref enters center court. Here comes the tip-off. Our match has begun. Central has the first possession. There's Kiana Johnson. Willie Taylor says Johnson is going to get better as the season progresses. Currently setting up a play. They're feeling themselves out right now. Taylor fires, gets the roll. Central strikes first. And Cretin, they better hurry. They're going to get called for 10 seconds.
Central with that press. They're just trying to take them out of the rhythm.
Central in a 2-3. And they do take Cretin out of their rhythm. They force a turnover.
Absolutely.
And Johnson decides to go to Taylor. Foul is called. It will be against Cretin on number 23, Sarah Hendricks. That is the first foul of the game. In high school basketball, you're given 5 fouls. After that, you're out. Megan Howard can't quite get the shot. Taylor gets the rebound, too strong. Molly Geske, the three-point shooter, comes up with it.
Mike, it's interesting. Cretin is not fronting the post entry against Central. So they're letting their post people catch the ball in there. They're sinking and helping out and not fronting it. They must see something.
Kiana Johnson called for the last foul for Central. That is her first.
Boy, Taylor's playing good man-to-man, isn't she? Nice pump fake.
That is Mary Kenny, could not respond. Geske with the rebound, in and out. We said the rims are not your friend. Howard wasn't quite in position, but Georgie Jones cleans up the mess. Central, they're not going to give up easily.
Someone needs to put a body on Georgie Jones. She was able to get that rebound much too easily.
Central opens up with a 4-0 lead. This is Dienhart trying to get away. Kenny nearly lost the pass. Kendra Harris saves it, but can't come up with a basket. Georgie Jones comes up with the ball. Central looking to make a statement early.
Central appears to be more patient on offense. They want to get that half-court sets.
Taylor for 3 short. Patience, another key to this game.
Absolutely.
The infamous P word. You'll hear a lot of that tonight in this game. 15-16 to go. Kendra Harris.
All right, earlier, I'm really impressed with the maturity of Dienhart. A year ago, she would have shot that 3-point. Instead, she was looking for the extra pass. That's good.
And forces Georgie Jones to get 2 quick fouls. Harris will go to the line.
Coach Taylor is going to have to do something.
I don't see anybody out look to sub him for now. Harris was 2 for 4 in free throws coming into tonight. And she's 1 of 2 here, so she remains at 50%. But Cretin gets on the board. Buford for 3. Bullseye! Buford, the future Golden Gopher. It's only a matter of time before she finds her stroke.
Absolutely. Probably one of the best pure shooters around.
Dienhart looking to respond. She does! Bullseye!
And that's important for Cretin to answer that.
And the bench getting fired up. Johnson out to Taylor. Taylor, pump fakes. Off the board, no good. Fight for the rebound, and it goes to Hendricks, but Molly Geske was trapped in a double team, but she gets the ball off a Central player to allow Cretin to retain possession.
Again, Cretin is not doing a good job of pushing and blocking on Georgie Jones. If they don't get that together, it's going to be a long night for Cretin-Derham Hall. On the other hand, Central is really going after the boards, and I like the offensive aggressiveness that we're seeing by Taylor.
Central probably has a feeling Cretin wants to get back after them after being swept last year. Harris draws a foul, count it! And a 3-point play opportunity at stake.
Harris, the younger sister of Ryan Harris, now playing with the Denver football team.
Broncos?
Broncos. Well, I only know the Vikings.
Well, the Vikings will play the Broncos at the end of this season.
Absolutely.
But right
Notre Dame grad.
Right now, Cretin was a little more worried about tying the game, which they could not do. But Cretin will keep possession, so they could take the lead. Harris looking to do that. Off the board. Rebound, Georgie Jones.
That's what, 4 rebounds for Georgie Jones already? Someone has, they put Harris on her now, put a body on her.
That Jones-Harris matchup, a critical key to this game. Jones looking to drive off the board. Off the rim, I should say. Harris comes up with the rebound, but it's a jump ball. Cretin will get possession.
You notice how Cretin-Derham Hall is doubling the post once Georgie Jones gets it down in a low block? That's called sinking and helping the post play.
Brittany Dorsey now in the game for Central, as is Siona West. (7-6), 13:44 to go. Ball is nearly stripped by Taylor, but Kenny's pass was blocked by Jones. Now she'll go for 3. Short. Gets her own rebound. Finds Harris. Off the rim. Rebound, Theairra Taylor. Taylor went to Buford. A little too strong, but she'll clean up that mess. Buford can shoot from anywhere. She now has 5 points.
It's a beautiful thing she has there, that nice stroke.
And that's why she's going to the University of Minnesota next season.
She's going to be a major find for the U. They need that outside presence.
They're doing a pretty good job this season. Traveling violation on Cretin-Derham Hall.
It was a good job by Central to cover those passing lanes like that, which forced the turnover.
Megan Howard stepping in, replacing Theairra Taylor.
Now, if you watch Cretin's defense now, they'll sink into the middle, and when their person has it, they'll reattach on their person. Basically, they're going to sink in the middle and help out. Once there's an entry pass to the wing, there's a reattach. Sink and reattach. They're going to double team the post. They're not going to front it.
Howard's shot.
Great rebound.
No good. Yeah, that was Molly King on the rebound. Megan Howard with the steal. Brittany Dorsey looking to make Cretin pay, and she does.
That all started by Buford showing a heads-up play, getting back and tipping that play from being a fast break. Good job by Buford.
Also in the game is Jay Corty, number 20 for Cretin-Derham Hall. And they could have an open shot. Caroline Dienhart will take it. Swish. 5 points for Dienhart, and it's again a one-possession game. Johnson. Dorsey pump fakes, loses the ball to King.
I'm impressed with the way these teams are executing. They're finding the open man, they're making the extra pass. They're just about mid-season play here.
Cretin finding the open player on that last basket. That was Jay Corty who scored. It's 11-10.
Both teams are showing patience.
Foul away from the ball.
It's a good call.
It's on Jay Corty. Her first personal, the team's second foul. Speaking of patience, that's one thing you can use in high school basketball. There's no shot clock, so you have as much time as you want to set up a play. Georgie Jones wanted to go.
See how they sink? Sink on the post. Help out. They're not going to front her.
And Georgie Jones sinks that last basket. She has 4 points. Lisa Springer, number 30 now in the game. It's a little strange to see someone else wearing that number. Molly Geske, swish.
If you notice, Central did the same thing on that last defensive stance, sinking. It seems to be the trend now. Help the middle, no fronting the post. Sink and reattach.
Dorsey driving from the corner, doesn't get the bounce. Central will retain possession.
Good defense by both teams.
Theairra Taylor stepping into the game, replacing Siona West. Theairra Taylor has just about every big school looking at her. She has most of the Big Ten Conference looking to recruit her, and she also has Maryland and Marquette scouting her. And here she comes, driving the ball, but can't get the basket. Megan Howard with the rebound. Count it.
Megan Howard is just a trooper, isn't she? Just plays tough in there.
Megan Howard, a great asset on the offensive side of the glass.
Absolutely.
And now she has a chance for a three-point play. Successful. 16-12 in favor of St. Paul Central.
Cretin's doing a good job of hanging around.
There's Lisa Springer.
Great job by Taylor. She let her off the hook by doing the reaching.
That is her first foul.
Later on in the season, she won't be doing that. Right now, they make these kinds of mistakes.
Well,
nice steal.
Makes up with the steal. Kiana Johnson open on the other end. There you go.
Left-handed layup.
And it's 18-12 in favor of St. Paul Central. And now Johnson comes in with a steal. This time it's Taylor on the open.
Here comes a timeout.
2 quick buckets, and you called it. Amy Bellis, coach of Cretin-Derham Hall, calls timeout.
Coach Bellis doesn't want this game to get taken away early, so.
She doesn't want to see a repeat of last year's section final where Central obliterated Cretin-Derham Hall. But then again, they did that to just about everybody last season.
Yes. Well, if you remember last year, Cretin-Derham Hall was down 28 points with about 3 or 4 minutes left to go. And they came back and tied that thing early in the season. So.
Yep, we were there.
Yes.
In fact, I think that was the very first game you and I called together.
You think this is our anniversary?
Yes, this is our anniversary.
Okay.
Tonight's matchup is a non-conference game, but could shape up to be the penultimate duel in the Twin Cities metro area. Hello, folks, and I'm Mike Peden. And no, you do not need to adjust your television set. No. Misses that one. Uh-oh. Nice pressure. She gets her own rebound, and it's a 4-point play. Geske tries to answer back, and she does. Yes. And we have a whistle. What's going on with the basket? And a steal. That's Dean Hart. She goes to Carroll for 3. Oh, my! That's a 3-pointer. That falls short. Otto with the rebound makes up for it, but the 6 seconds, and Cretin comes in a little too late. Central will go to 5-0 as they come away with a 78-70 victory. Cretin-Derham Hall, they were down by 25 and then made it interesting at the end. So, especially with these 18-minute halves, Willie Taylor told me, you never know what can happen in this game of basketball.
Especially the last 4 minutes of each half. Things change.
Geske for 3. Bullseye! Well, there's a way to fight back. Buford,
there's
now
3.
She wants a 3, won't get it. Jones with the rebound, draws the foul.
See, again, Cretin did not put a body on Georgie Jones. If you don't do that, it's lights out.
She's been scooping them up in the first half.
That has to be her 5th rebound for the night.
Jones, though, 43% from the free throw line coming into tonight. Gets her first.
Last year, if you remember, that was her arch nemesis, the free throw line. She shot, what, just under 40% last year? I mean, 50% last year. So she needs to really improve on that if she's going to play at Marquette.
1 of 2 here, and she'll be joining her old teammate, Angel Robinson, who we talked about in the open.
Who's starting, by the way?
Averaging 8 points a game. Meanwhile, Hendricks' shot was short. Buford, she's open, broken away. Nothing. Taylor with the rebound. She can't get it to fall. Georgie Jones now comes in. But she nearly throws it away. Johnson saves it.
Sure athleticism there.
Incredible. And Central resetting now. Jones fires, in and out. Megan Howard with the rebound. 4 offensive rebounds, and it finally pays off for Central.
Coach Bellis is not happy with the defensive rebounding right now.
Buford with the steal. Megan Howard, here she comes. Too strong. Who's going to get the rebound? It's a jump ball, so it will go to Central.
What's going on with Cretin-Derham Hall, they're not turning around and pushing at Central. Central is staying in the impact area, and they're in the perfect position. Cretin's too far underneath the basket. They need to turn around and push their opponent out of there.
Just like the Govers of Ashley Ellis-Milan and Zoe Harper on their inside game. Central has Howard and Jones. Johnson, off-balance shot, but Buford comes up with it. Dorsey pump fakes, fires, too strong, and Cretin-Derham Hall will finally get the ball. King.
Cretin needs to score.
Hendricks' shot too strong. King with the rebound off the rim. Hendricks gets another rebound, and Cretin will reset. Actually, she'll take a three, but that's no good. And now Taylor with the rebound, loses the ball. Geske for three, no good. Gets her own rebound. And a reach-in foul is called. Kiara Buford not too happy with it. And she will get tagged with her first personal foul. Substitutions coming in all over the place for Cretin-Derham Hall. Springer, King, Hendricks are out. Cordy, Dienhart, and Kenny are back in.
Well, Cretin most certainly had their opportunities to score, didn't they?
We talked about it before the game. The rim is not your friend, and the rim has been rejecting a lot of Cretin-Derham Hall's shots.
Yes. Nice skip pass.
Cordy, short. Dorsey comes up with it. Buford, she's going to drive from the right side, and she will draw the foul.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do. Instead of pulling up and shooting that jump shot, drive in there, force the opponent to do something. Great job by Buford.
Kiara Buford, an 81% free throw shooter coming into tonight, 13 of 16. For her career, she's has a 75% free throw shooting. Gets her first tier.
Look at that stroke. You can just tell a natural shooter, the way it hits that net like that, pow, you know.
In fact, Kiara Buford is currently third all-time in the St. Paul City Conference for free throw shooting.
Just a great shooter.
2 of 2. She now has 7 points. Central opening up to a double-digit lead with 7:25 to go in the first. Geske backs off, looking to reset. Dienhart, long jumper, swish.
Nice job by Dienhart.
The Raiders looking for damage control. Dienhart with 7 points. Taylor looking to drive. She will reset. Kicks it out to Buford. She finds Taylor. Pass is broken up. Geske comes up with a steal. Now it's Dienhart. Central looking to take away that three. And another reach-in foul.
I like Megan Howard's defense out there. The ball was above the three-point line, and she just played good post defense there.
It is Taylor's second foul. Kiana Johnson will now take her place. Central out of fouls to give. Buford broke up the pass. Unfortunately, she stepped on the line, but you can tell she's hungry.
Good job by Buford.
Goes to Dienhart in the backcourt. That's allowed. Harris went for Cordy, but that ball was no good. Foul is called on Cretin-Derham Hall.
Guess who was down there first? Megan Howard, ready to score.
The foul is on Molly Geske, her first. Both teams now out of fouls to give. The big difference in this game, though, has to be shooting.
If you guard Megan Howard, you have to play full court all the time. She's going to be moving. There's a worker.
Buford with the ball. Central taking their time. Jones could not handle the pass. Cretin will take possession.
They didn't let her get set up in the post first. They just fired it in there.
Still, what you've seen from both teams is that they're taking their time to set up a play.
Absolutely.
Central, when they played Centennial a couple games ago, they were a little trigger happy. But Kendra Harris out to Geske. There she does it.
Half-court sets, that's the key.
7 points for Geske. It's 25-19, and Cretin now is back within 6. Dorsey fires. I think someone got a hand on that. Georgie Jones cleans up the mess, though.
They seem to be turning around and not finding the post play. They need to turn around and find out where the post players are and then push them out. They seem to, when they see the basket going around, they turn and they don't block out. It's the same thing that Rutgers fell into that trouble against Tennessee in the championships game last year. They did not block out well. Blocking out is a tough thing to do, but if you can master it, you can dominate the game.
Dorsey for 3. No. Johnson with the rebound. Megan Howard steps out, looking to create an open lane. Now she's going to fight her way for the basket. Won't get it, but she will draw the foul and get a trip to the free throw line. Cretin out of fouls to give.
And that's exactly the shot to take here. Megan Howard is just playing it tough.
Howard, her free throw shooting was not one of her strengths from last season. So far, she has improved. As she makes her first coming into tonight, she was 75% from the charity stripe. Substitution coming in, Molly King replacing Jay Cordy. Almost bounced out, but she gets the bounce. And now Megan Howard has 8 points. She scored 20 in their game against the Academy of Holy Angels, which led all Central players.
That's exactly what Cretin needs to do with that press. Get it to your point guard and clear.
Central will get taken for a foul. Brittany Dorsey gets it. It's her second personal. Central out of fouls to give, so we have Molly Geske at the line.
Now, Mike, as you can see, it's 4:33 left to go. Now we should see a different type of ball game now. Let's see what happens now, the last 4 minutes of this half.
Coming into tonight, Molly Geske was 91% from the free throw line, 10 of 11. And that percentage will increase as she makes both. She now has 9 points.
Cretin is sinking into the post. They're sinking, sinking, sinking. Reattaching down in the wing.
Taylor.
They help out with Taylor. Too late.
Taylor scores. She has 6. Central back up by 10.
Taylor doing a good job on defense.
Dean Hart for 3. Short. Harris will get the rebound. Megan Howard tried to stop her, but Cretin will reset.
Cretin's going to trap him in that corner. They're going to be in trouble.
And the best way to get out of a trap, according to Mary Kenny, bounce it off Megan Howard. Cretin will keep possession.
Nice defense by Cretin. Central.
Central wearing purple, Cretin wearing purple, Central wearing white. Molly Geske with the finger roll. She breaks double digits with 11.
Central being very patient.
Cretin in a 2-3. Johnson thought about a 3, but instead will reset and take her time. Johnson kicks out to Buford for 3. Off the rim. Fight for the rebound. And Cretin will take possession.
I think if Central would utilize their back pick a little bit on the scissor cut, I think they would find that person a little bit more open on the baseline.
Just over 3 minutes to play in the first. Harris steps inside, cannot get the bounce, but Cretin will take possession.
Harris tried to go right at Georgie Jones. That's a good idea. See if they can get that third foul.
Geske open for three. Bullseye! You do not want to leave Geske open from behind the arc. She has 14 points.
Look at the score now, Mike.
It's
4 minutes.
31-26. Buford wanted a three, but will go for a two.
Nice job by Buford.
Using the glass, and she has 9. Johnson strips the ball from Carolyn Dienhardt. Kiara Buford open on the other end and can't get the basket. Megan Howard fights for it. She can't get a short-range shot. Now Theairra Taylor. Count it.
Fatigue is starting to set in with Cretin right now. Nice job by Taylor. I thought Buford should have made a little extra pass to Megan Howard. She was open.
2 offensive rebounds for Central in that last possession, and Theairra Taylor now has a chance to put Central back up by 10. The foul is on Molly Geske, her second personal. But Taylor's free throw is short. And this time it's Mary Kenny with the rebound.
Cretin needs to come down and score.
2 minutes remaining. Hendricks, can she score? No. Jump ball, so Cretin will keep possession. And Brittany Dorsey now coming in, subbing for Theairra Taylor.
A little bit different this year with Central. It used to be 1-5 for the next 5. Now it's person to person.
Harris from the free throw line makes it work. She has 5.
She's worked on her game over the summer, huh?
We'll see what she can do on defense. Buford overthrows Jones, but a foul is called.
Push in the post.
And that will send Jones to the free throw line. The foul is on Molly King, her second personal. But Jones cannot make it work, and it will go to the other end because Central will get tagged for a foul. It's on Kiara Buford, her second personal.
It's getting sloppy out there right now.
Jay Cordy replacing Molly King. Kendra Harris at the line. In and out. So no harm, no foul. Georgie Jones nearly lost the ball. And Central will reset.
Central needs to take their time and get a score.
Cretin at 2-1-2.
Nice double pick down on the low post.
Dorsey loses the ball. Sarah Hendricks comes up with the steal. And Cretin, Hendricks for 3. I think someone got a hand on it. Georgie Jones with the rebound. But Cretin right there to take it away. Hendricks, now she gets caught in a double team jump ball, and Central will take possession.
Had she not dribbled the ball and just passed it low post, she would have had a 2 points.
One thing that hasn't changed from last year, the level of aggressiveness on both teams.
Oh no, that'll never change.
40 seconds in the first. Central may decide to hold it for the final shot.
She'll pass, now relocate. Pass and relocate. They're killing some time.
Playing Globetrotter-like ball, and it looks like they will hold for the final shot.
Pass and relocating. That's all they're doing right now.
Look for Central to make a move with about 10 seconds. But more importantly, it's going to kill some clock. Now,
Kiara Buford's going in for the kill.
Can she do it? Well, if she will, she'll have to do it from the free throw line.
Which gives Cretin 6.1 seconds to come back down and score if she makes them.
But Buford not afraid to get down and dirty.
No. And you shouldn't be if you're going in the Big Ten.
And she's shooting really well from the free throw line. Gets her first.
Oh, I can't wait to see her in maroon and gold next year, huh?
Where she'll join an old teammate of hers, Ashley Ellis-Milan. In fact, the University of Minnesota Women's Golden Gopher basketball team was ranked 14th in the nation for their freshman recruiting class, which includes Buford and the Masty twins from Becker. Buford is 2 of 2, so Cretin will have 6 seconds to make something happen. Here they come. Dienhart throws up a shot and draws the foul, so she will get 2 free throws.
Nice recognition by Dienhart to come down there and fill it.
Dienhart coming into tonight and only had 2 free throw attempts. They both went in, and she gets her first here. The foul was on Siona West, her first personal. Dienhart has 9 points now. You think Central will try something? From half court, but that's going to fall short. And that brings the first half to a close with Central up 37-30.
It's just exactly what we expected for our first half. These teams are playing tight, you know. Central gets the big lead, but Cretin comes battling back. You can't ask for it anymore. Both teams are really showing some good maturity early. This is what you want in the first season of basketball. You know, good, solid half-court play, good, solid half-court defense, and you can't ask for more. Although I think Cretin really needs to talk about their rebounding. They have to address this issue. They need to block out. It's not a nice thing to do.
We'll take a break and come back when we start the second half. See you then.